That was so good. So a couple things. Couple things. Number one, I got to wait. Can you follow me over here for a second? I got to show you something here. Okay. I think is it this way? Well, maybe. Okay. Let's see. Is it this way? Maybe not. I can't find it. All right. I can't find it. It's on something else. I got a little bone to pick with Mike. I'll talk to him later about it. When he said May at 68 years old with the bun in her hair and the big glasses and just got a hip replacement. Can I just say, you think that's going to be me in 12 years? I'm just asking, Mike. I'm just asking because 80 is the new 69. I'm just saying. At 69, we're running up hills. We're getting shit done. Can we agree on that? Or is that just me because I'm getting close? So I was back there, I'm yelling at the screen. I'm like, don't you dare. That should be 88 years old, 98 years old. But I'm just kidding. Mike, great job. Hey, do me a favor. Could you pull up Mike's last slide? I would love for you guys, because I know this is quick. We're putting in a lot of work here. And I know sometimes we go quick. We just got a lot to cover. We have permission to cover a lot, right? But do me a favor. Take a picture of this with your phone or screenshot, or if you could on our team, if you could put it perfect, that's great. Put it in the chat because this is something you should absolutely revisit. I know this is a part of your training inside the Mastermind business system, but this is a cool breakdown. And wasn't that great to see those analogies and those drawings on the whiteboard to go, oh, I get it. And here's what I know. Sometimes, the biggest fear when you're new is that if you narrow it down too much, then you can't find anybody. If you narrow it down too much, you can't find anybody. Like, what if I make it too small? What if I just go after Alice's or Dave's or Barb's? Here's the cool part. There could be tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, even millions of people right in your category. Right in your world. Sorry, I'm digressing, trying to do three things at once here, trying to remember what I wanted to say. But what I want to share is, especially if you're new, don't be afraid to go small. Now, I love how Mike said, don't go so small, only chocolate labs, right? You don't want to go that small. But you can't be afraid to narrow down your people because simultaneously, when you narrow down who you want to talk to, does your confidence go up when you know exactly who you're talking to? Right? If you're trying to talk to 4 different sets of people, if you were here today learning how to be in the self-education industry and the real estate industry, right? It'd be a really difficult day, right? But when you narrow it down, who in here wants to take their life experience, their knowledge, the mess they went through, the experience they have, the skill that they have, turn it into a product, turn it into impact and success? Raise your hand if that's what you want to do, right? Or scale the business you have, right? That's everybody in this room. There's a lot of people that want to be more successful, but they might be in other rooms. So just remember, when you dial in that person, don't feel like there's not a lot of them. I don't have my phone on me, but our phones, our lives, social media can allow us to connect to that ideal client in such a great way. All right, so I'm going to go right in, right into training. And I'm going to pre-frame this. Some of you may have already done this work. I know for a fact only about 22% of you have started doing this work. The rest haven't, or you're just a part way through. But either way, can we approach this as a fresh start? If you've never done it, cool. If you do it, we're doing it again. If you've done it and you crushed it, support the people in your Zoom room. Does that make sense? That's how you build a family. That's how you change the world. That's how you build a community, right? 22% busted everyone, right? That's funny. I did it. It was amazing. So let's talk about this. We want to create an irresistible product, okay? We want to create a product so good that we would want our family members to have it. We want to create a product so good that people can't help but brag about it and tell other people what they got. And what we're about to do is truly the foundation of everything. Because once you create an incredible product, then that's where your marketing comes from. That's where your sales strategies come from. That's where your teaching confidence comes from. It all starts with an irresistible product. If you know you have something so good that it shifts people's lives, you're not going to be able to help talk about it. Is that true? Right? If you know something, who's ever done something that made you feel better, made you happier, gave you more energy, or a movie you saw and you can't help but just vomit it up and tell people every time you see them? True? right? So if we create an irresistible product, then you'll never sell, Maria, I see you raising your hand. You'll never sell a day in your life. You just can't wait to invite people to experience it. So we're going to spend a little time crafting that irresistible product. So we're going to ask some questions that are really, I'd say, a foundational exercise that is going to allow us to pull from for the rest of it. We're going to use 𝐸𝐸. We're going to do a little work together. We're going to take some breaks. Remember, learn, do, review. We're going to learn some stuff. Then we're going to take some breaks and go do it. Then we'll come back and do some hot seats. If you want to do a hot seat when you come back and you're fired up, put it in the chat. I want to do a hot seat. I want to talk about it because we're going to do as many as we possibly can, right? And then after we lay the foundation, then you'll remember that once it's there, this could turn into a coaching program. It could turn into a group training. It could turn into a course. It could turn into a workshop. Someday turn into a book or the topics for your mastermind. One last thing. As we're all doing this together, why don't we think about the rest of the weekend like an adventure we're all going on? Don't take it so seriously. Right? McKinney, McKinley, I see you shaking your head. Let's just have some fun. Let's not overjudge ourselves, overjudge if we can do this. Let's just live in this moment, right here, right now. Not living in the future. Will this really work? Not living in the past. I tried before and I failed. Screw all that. Excuse my language. We're here together with about 10,000 amazing people from over 100 countries, all freaking determined to do something more. Let's just get after it. You guys ready for that? I see you, Randall. What's up, brother? Hey, Marilyn. What's going on? I see you, Michelle. What's going on, Vicky? Monique, Trudy, what's going on? Way to go, Tracy. Akio, what's up, man? Good to have you here. Cheryl, my daughter would love that unicorn. What's up, guys? All right. So I want to give you a little story as we think about the foundation. And we're going to do more of this tomorrow when I share the value ladder on how this becomes an exponential business. Not just a great business, an exponential business. But I want to share a little story of, and I probably shared this with you, but I want to remind you as I go into this framework. Millionaire Success Habits, one of my most successful books, started as a course called The Winning State of Mind. And I went through very similar exercises that we're going to do right now to create that course, except I did it in the olden days before 𝐸𝐸 was born, okay, before 𝐸𝐸 was here. And you know what's so funny when I say the old days? That was like 9 months ago, right? 9 months ago, 10 months ago, we had to do it how I'm going to share. But what I want to do, I'm going to be transparent, we'll pull back the curtain. I want to teach how we used to do this, and then as soon as we're done learning it, when you truly understand it, then we'll go use the cheat sheet of 𝐸𝐸. Does that make sense? Because if you never wanted to use 𝐸𝐸, I want you to know how to do it, but you'd be crazy not to. So I don't want you guys to just rely on and let 𝐸𝐸 do it. No, it needs you. It needs your essence. It needs your touch. And when you truly understand why you're doing it, no one can stick with you. So long story short, I created a course called The Winning State of Mind using the same techniques we're about to use. It did amazing. It launched. It did great. So I'm like, wow, what if I took the 8 different modules, 9 different modules, 7, I forget exactly what it was, and I turned them into chapters of a book. So I just took what I taught on video, transcribed it, adjusted it, tweaked it, and I created Millionaire Success Habits after The Winning State of Mind. Same concept. If you watch both, and people wanted both, and the book took off. The book took off so much, people kept raising their hand like we were talking before. You said, do it yourself or do it with a mentor or coach or training, right? So many people reached out to and said, I love the habits in that book so much, but I can't stay consistent with it. I want to be successful, but I can't do it on my own. Do you have a coaching program? Like, well, not yet. Those same 6, 8 modules became the topics of Success Habits Coaching. And Success Habits Coaching took off. And we eventually had a mastermind on top of that, all foundationally It was all the same elements that were in the Winning State of Mind original course. So the reason I share that, I'm not looking for you to create all those other variables today, especially if you're in the game. Yeah, we want to help you get there. But if you're not, first things first, let's get your course, your workshop, your mastermind, whatever it is launched. But know that these foundational pieces could evolve to so many things. They could be the topics of your future podcast. They could be broken down and part of your free training in your Facebook group. Make sense? All right. So let's have some fun here. Before we start working on your irresistible product, can we just pretend that all of us right now, we are 10,000 consultants, and we're all going to consult for somebody else that wants to kind of build out their pieces, okay? They're going to build out their training, and we're all going to give them advice. You know, do you ever notice how easy it is to give other people advice and help other people? And then when you got to go do it yourself, you're like, you know, you're with your best friend, tell them why aren't things going good with your husband? Let me tell you, these are the things you do. And then you go home and do the complete opposite. Or like, I know I do. I'm guilty. Maybe it's just me, right? So I figured this isn't for everybody. Those of you that are already making sales, help out the other people in your room. But I want to bust through the percentage of you, which is about 42%. Surveys are amazing. They're a little scared to move forward, not thinking like the thought of launching is maybe having you a little paralyzed. I want to break that right now. So I see guilty. Thanks for being honest, right? Let's break that by pretending we're consulting, and we are going to create a product that helps middle-aged people lose that stubborn 20 they've been wanting to get rid of for a long time. Can we just, I just made that up. So let's just pray it's middle-aged people, they want to lose 20 pounds that they've been wanting to get off. And our solution statement can be, you know, simple as, I want to help people over 50 lose that stubborn 20 with something other than a traditional diet. Something along those lines. Just made that up. But if we're going to go through that, if you could pull up this slide, that would be great. If you were going to say that's who our solution statement is, and we're consulting for someone else, who would their ideal client be based on some of the thinking that Mike gave, right? You could narrow it down. If you were doing this, you could just give ideas, right? It doesn't have to be, you could put it in the chat, right? It could be, I want to help men over 55 get back in healthier shape to lose that hard 20. I might want to help women after pregnancy get back in shape and lose that 20. Maybe you want to help women after menopause or women over 70. Let me see it. Males over 50. People lose weight after menopause. Look at that, Mike. Great. Rosie said men or women. 40 to 60-year-old males. I want to help women after menopause get rid of the weight. I love this, right? Remember, dial it in because you're giving them the same advice Mike just taught you. If you just say men over 50 that are overweight, that's good. But if you could dial it in even more, remember there's a big bucket of people. It could be 50 to 65 or men that just retired or men that have been trying to get off that weight. Just remember, the more you define the people, now I know this isn't yours, maybe some of you it is, but the more you define the person, it's easier to talk to them. Keep them coming in, right? Retirees, 45 to 65-year-old, help women in their 30s, right? Help men 50 lose that belly fat that won't go away, right? After knee and shoulder replacement. I love this. That's what I'm talking about. Moms who are hit with perimenopause. Love it. Now you guys are getting it. There we go. Now you guys are killing it, right? Help women shed that extra baggage. Adult graduate students, right? Individuals who want wellness and next level. Love all this. So right now we're consulting, like, who's the ideal client? Great. We're narrowing it down. We're using what Mike taught. Next question. What are the results? Now, I know these aren't your results, but as you could tell, we're going to be doing this with your stuff next. Like the old days, right? How I created the winning state of mind and every other course I've done. What are the results you've gotten or you've helped other people get? Now, again, I know this isn't yours, but you would be consulting and saying, hey, what results have you got? Have you lost that 20 and kept it off after menopause? Have you helped all your friends get in the best shape of their life? They always come to you. Every time they want to get in better shape, they come to you. Did you used to be in fitness? Right? We want to start thinking, you know, you might have the results, and maybe you haven't helped anybody yet. You know, I remember the first time I launched my real estate program, I had never helped anybody before. So I just went to the houses. This was so long ago, there was no camera phones. There was flip phones. Anybody old enough to, not flip phones, flip cameras. Anybody remember flip cameras? There's a little box with a red button on it. It was before Apple. Hey, I see a couple people raising their hands. Others are like, you're old, Dean. But I get it. It's all right. I did not teach anybody how to do well in real estate yet. So I just went to houses where I did well. I hit the little button on this flip camera and was like, hey, this is Dean. See that house? This is what I did, ... And I talked about it, and that was the results that I had gotten. Then once I started teaching people, I started getting their stories. So number 2, what are the results you've gotten, right? Help professional women lose the extra baby fat. Way to go. You guys are freaking knocking this out of the park. Number 3. Now it seems obvious with your solution statement, but I want you to dial it in a little more. What is the ultimate outcome of the product you want to create? And this just lets you fine-tune it a little bit. Meaning, yeah, you want to lose that stubborn 20 for men over 50, women after menopause, but it could be lose that weight really without a crazy yo-yo diet, without extreme changes. Maybe it's lose the 20, but keep it off for life. Does that make sense? It's not like, this is how we kind of polish the diamond. Right? Someone says, yeah, I'll help you lose 20 pounds. Yeah, I've heard that a million times. But I want to do it without being hungry, without counting calories. And I'm going to show you how to keep it off for life. Like, ooh, all right, now I'm interested. Right? And then we're going to backfill these things. It's all right, Tiana. We're going to get you unstuck. This is how we get it done. So what is the ultimate outcome? Put in the chat. Let's light up the chat. If you were helping somebody consult, they were doing this, and you said, ask them, what is some of the ultimate outcomes that your product could create? Right? Transformation, succeed, keep the weight off, using organic products, better health, more energy, vitality and energy, better health, lose that stubborn weight, keep it off, feel better every day, fast track your goals, right? Never have to diet again. Discipline over diet. I like that one, right? So feeling that. Okay, we're just going through this for our fictitious one. Now, this is really important. And I really want your feedback here to help. We're really consulting here. Is when you're going to teach this, whether it's a course or a workshop or a coaching program, let's pretend like I had the 6 or 8 topics in The Winning State of Mind that became the book, that became the coaching, that became the mastermind. What would 6 topics be? 6 teaching topics. They could be anything that could help. You don't have to label all 6, but if you want to throw them out there, we'll do the collective. What are some of the things you would need to teach somebody, even if this wasn't your expertise, if you knew they wanted to lose that stubborn 20? Let me ask you some things. Do you need food choices? Look at this. I don't have to say anything. Read food labels. Finally living a purpose. Meal planning. Food choices. Strength training. Look at this. This is just an amazing group. You guys are going to crush this, by the way. This is the best group I've ever been a part of. I want to give it up for you, seriously, right now. This is the best group I've ever had fun with. Meal prep. Mindset. If you're going to lose weight and keep it off, do you think you'd have to shift your mindset? Right? So maybe one of the 6 chapters is new mindset, new body, right? Counting carbs, electrical solutions, consistency, exercise plan, meal planning, food balance, learn your metabolism, lifestyle versus fad diets. Oh my God, look at this, amazing. These are all teaching topics. And why don't I tell you, we're going to get to yours in a minute. Obviously, it's like I'm not trying to make it sneaky. We're going to get to doing yours here in a moment. When you get to it, write down as many as you can think of. And then what you do is, if you take 6 topics, you can bucket everything else underneath it. When I did Millionaire Success Habits, I had so many habits I wanted to share, but I just laid out the 6 sections. And every time I thought of a habit I wanted to teach, I'm like, what bucket should that go under? Oh, it goes under here. Oh, that goes under here. Is that making sense? So we got the big things we want to teach. And of course, if you can't think through all of them, we're going to use Gigi later and dial it in even more. Again, I know some of you have already done this. Thanks for playing with us. So 6 topics. I love it. Mindset, proper diet, proper workout, sleep well. All of those could be teaching topics. The next piece. What format would this product be good at? Should it be a course? You can just put it in the chat. This is an easy one. Should it be a course? Should it be a 6-week coaching program? 6-month coaching program? Should it be an immersive 2-day workshop on Zoom that by the time they're done with that Zoom, their life will never be the same? Course, coaching, course. You see all these coming in. Live workshop, 3-month community, right? Love it. course, book, community, coaching, ebook, coaching, 6-month program, course, combo of the two. Love it. Outline, course workshop. Okay, that was an easy one, right? Okay, next. What would you call the product? Let's just have fun. You're consulting for somebody. What would you call a course that helps somebody lose that 20 without fad dieting, with all the great things that come in? 5-day workshop, then partnering with coaching. I love that. Ooh, Gregory, walk it off. That's a good one. What else you got? New food, new you. Feel fabulous over 40. 60 days to lose the 20. Isn't it so much easier to do it for somebody else? Who in here gets stuck on this stuff when you do it yourself? Like, man, what is the name? What does the logo look like? And then if it's somebody else, you're like, oh, just name it that, right? Remember, we are doing it the old way here. Now, last piece. One of the biggest questions that come in is, what should I charge for the products? You don't have to worry about it. It's not yours right now. What should this fictitious person you're consulting for, what should they charge for this 6 weeks, 6 months course coaching program that gets the 20 off? No more games, no more BS. It gets the 20 off, not with a fad diet, and you keep it off. What should you charge? Janice says $3,000, right? $1,000, $997, $3,200, $297, $497, right? $1,497, $1,500, $199, $800, $1,000, $887, $666, $777. I like all the matching numbers. $1,450, $299, right? Now let me just say, if this was an amazing product that people went nuts over, it was an irresistible product. If it was $997, because that's probably the average. A lot of people are way higher. Some people are in the 4. Raise your hand behind me. I'm not selling this. I don't have it. But raise your hand if you'd consider buying a product like that for you or yourself, or you or a friend, right? Look at all the hands going up. Probably about 30% of the people I see. That's just out of the gate, right? So I don't want to oversimplify that, but these are the questions. And if somebody could take a screenshot of this and put it in there. Again, we're moving fast. I want you guys to have all this. But let's go right in to this slide. Bring it back up again. Bring this slide back up. And now let's do this for you. Now, I was going to send you guys to a break, but I'm just going to hang out with you while we do it. Again, most of you have done this exercise, or a lot of you have, not most, but a good chunk of you have. Do it again. If you've never done it, let's do it. These are the old days. Just come up with some quick ideas. Right? And if you want to write it in the chat, if you already got this dialed in, light it up and let everybody see what you got. Right? Because they're going to be looking you up for your product. Can I tell you something? Little side note here. Some of your first sales, if I know some of you are already way beyond first sales, but some of your first sales are going to be coming from this group. I promise you that. It's the way it works. This group lights up. This group buys courses. You're going to be buying courses from people in this group. So why not showcase a little bit right now? Who is your ideal client? Right? Let's put some subtle music on, like working music. Look at that. These guys are good. Who is your ideal client? You can put it in your notebook, in your journal. And remember, you can always go, if you didn't get your notebook, you can always get the notebook, do it online, do it on a piece of paper. New leaders, single working moms, love this. Parents with Down syndrome kids, oh my God, amazing one, right? New CS, customer service, new software startups, experienced actors, fathers, small business owners, parents, women 20 to 50 looking to buy a used car, need guidance. Now, Deborah, badass. Pinpoint exactly. That is beautiful, beautiful. Busy moms with young children, beautiful. Women 45 to 65 living alone, beautiful. Parents who own small businesses, Nadine, I think it was Nadine. Maybe I went too quick. A child and youth services, female professionals, 35 to 50. This is beautiful, guys. This is beautiful. I know we've done this work. We did a little bit. You've done it in the 7-day jumpstart. I get it. But you're firing up everybody here, and you're putting it out to the world. And I promise you, you're going to put your ideal client in, and people are going to write it down, find your name, tag you, DM you, and come find you. Just the way it goes. And I love showcasing you guys. That's why it's good to play full out. Not only can you win a cool vacation, I didn't even know we were giving away a vacation. That was cool that Mike shared that. And they're counting you guys playing full out. So be here and do it, but you're also helping other people. Go too fast. Look at all this. Mamas with multiple, it's going too quick. All right. Husbands of women undergoing specific fertility treatments. Wow, John. Good, man. Mother with children 35 to 50 years old in business. I want to teach managers to use trauma therapy techniques to improve management skills. That is freaking dialed. This is beautiful, guys. So beautiful. Turn it down just a little bit. I want to say something. When you read this, I hope you realize how much, when you see others and you see your own, how much other people need this. Like, instead of looking at, can I do this? It's like, feel bad if you don't do this. Because all these people are going to have to figure it out on their own or stay lost. Okay, let's go to number 2. I know we're keeping this thing up, but number 2 is, what results have you gotten? Right? You could put it in your journal. You could put it in the chat, which I love. But what results have you gotten or helped others achieve? Right? I hope you don't mind me just hanging out with you guys while you're doing this. You should be writing or typing, or again, if you've already done it, polish it. If you're like, wait, I'm way beyond this, it's okay. Then share with others. Inspire other people in your group. Say, this is mine. Come on, everybody. Let's do it. Let's lift this group up. Let's all of us get on the same page, right? Look at this. I've totally changed my career profile by stepping into roles that others either dare not to or cannot. I completely rebranded me. Andre, badass. That's a freaking story. Help my parent business owners streamline businesses and spend less at work. Love that. Going from less stress, unleash my creativity. So many good ones coming in. I can't read them fast enough. Secrets of manifesting what you want. Help families concerned with food. Made a brand and launched an IG account. Amazing. Help middle-level management to the D level in biotech. I empower women to reach the international market. I took my kids to nature every day. Airline captain, helping others. So freaking good. These are the types of things. This is the foundation of everything we're doing. And again, I'm just going to keep saying, there's people waiting for you right now. Waiting. All right, we're going to go right to number 4 is, what are some teaching topics? I know again, if you got this done, write it down again. What are some things you're going to teach, right? If you help Sunday school teachers, if you help with real estate, if you help professional women, hardworking mortgage brokers, 8-year journey of successful pregnancy and meeting our son Brody. Oh, that's so beautiful, right? What are some of the things you're going to teach to help these people get the outcome that you've already achieved in most cases? Remember, our ideal client is usually just us of a few years ago or a decade ago. That's who we're helping. We can collapse time for others. Just like Tony and I are hoping, and this team is trying to help you collapse time. What took Tony and I 10 years to do, we want you to get there in 1. Right? So what are some of the teaching topics? You don't have to be perfect. From burnout to balance. I love that. Time management. Down syndrome. Accelerate. Experience of creep, crawl, walk. Love this. Love this. Movement, balance, energy, clothing. The benefit of having a trust. There we go. And then break that down. It's like forming a trust. What are the benefits of the trust? How to structure a trust. Who do you need to hire to get the trust? What should it cost? All those are teaching topics, right? No-dig gardens for busy families. Amazing. So it might be the benefit of gardens. How to start a garden. How to build the box and pick the dirt for a garden. What seeds to plant. When to harvest. How to help your family get involved. Like, all of those are the teaching topics. They could be a course, a workshop, a mastermind, heck, a book, right? Make sense? Look at all these. Incredible. Rule the world. Mindset, identity, scripts, funnels. Love it. How to harness pain and joy. Let it settle in. Look at Victoria's got all of her teaching topics. Boom. Goal setting and planning. How to manage your calendar. How to harness a new mindset. Now, what we're doing right now is how Tony, myself, and so many others for so many years have found a way to just pull out the stuff that's in here. And we've done a little research to compound it, all those things. And that's why I want you to learn it like this. And then we're going to have a little fun with Gigi, okay? Let's go to the next one. This one's easy. You can answer it quick. What are you going to do first? Product? What product is it going to be? Is it going to be a course, workshop, mastermind? You already answered this and the game has changed. You've already answered this to yourself. Look at, I love seeing course, coaching. Course and coaching have been the top 2. Workshop is number 3. That's what's represented here. Love it. Love it. Okay. The cool thing about a course, you do it once, you sell it over and over. I have courses selling right this second while I'm with you. Some of them I filmed a decade ago. How cool is Tony's got courses selling right now. He filmed 30 years ago, and they're still relevant and still doing amazing, right? Okay. Here's one. Anybody know what you're going to call your product? Brandon, you know what you're going to call it? Denise, do you know? Seth, you got an idea what you're going to call it? Katie? What about you, John? John Roberts, you know? Maureen? Fearless Freedom Alliance Network, Total Breakthrough, Mindful Method, Breathing Nature. God, it's going so fast. Amazing names. Fulfilled Futures. Okay, I'm just going to stare at them with you because they're coming in so quick. Bloom Again, Find Your Nature. Breakthrough, Unchain Your Life, Learning Through Theater Games. Listen, we're starting the process. Can we fine-tune this? Of course. But you're seeing how this gets done. And now the last one, I'm going pretty quick. Last one is the one you guys had so many questions. What are you going to charge for your product, your course, your coaching program? Come on, put it in there. Just commit to it. We're going to fine-tune this. We're going to go through some more work on this. Don't worry. But if you just had to say right now, listen, you fired it up when you were talking about helping price the weight loss. So don't hesitate on yours, right? $2,400, $997, $500, $297, 11 monthly, $1995, $500, $799, $4,600. Love it. $997, $297, $1,000, $249, $300, $3,200 for 12 weeks, $4,129 for 8 sessions. $129. This is so cool. And remember, when you're thinking about pricing, I want you to remember something. When we talked about what would it be worth for you to go back and spend a couple of days with your 20-year-old self, I said, would you take $100,000 or the time? Everybody picked the time. I said, would you take $1 million or go back and spend a week with your 20-year-old self? 99.9% of the people say, no, I'd go back. Remember how valuable this experience is. Never lose track of that. That you are condensing time for people. And time is the number one thing everybody wants. We all want time back. We all want to be better parents. We all want to be better siblings. We all want to be better children. We want to be better leaders. We want to be better for ourselves. We want to be better human. We want to be better in God's eyes. Whatever your beliefs are, time can allow that. So everybody's looking for the shortcut to say, I don't want to take 5 years to figure it out. Who can give me the blueprint, the map, the mentor to go faster? And that'll be you. Does that make sense? All right. Now, I want to say, first off, thank you for playing full out. Thank you for those who have already done it and you're inspiring other people. Thank you those of you who haven't done it and you're doing it for the first time. Now, like I said earlier, those strategies that are all in your training as well, but I love doing it together because we get to move the needle. Who feels more inspired when you're doing it with a group and you see other people actually doing it, right? We just did it like it was the old days, like I talked about, which is the old days are a year ago, before GG, before AI. And I want to share a thank you for so many of you using Gigi on a daily basis because she is getting smarter every single day working with you guys. I know that sounds crazy, but she is. And then we get to load in more Tony and Dean strategies. And the more we work together, the smarter she's getting. And I'm watching this transformation like never before. And sometimes when you got that, it can be even scary because you got everything you need. So here's what I'd love. We're going to take a little break here in a minute. But first, I would love for you to watch. We have a video from Allie, who works on our team. She's amazing. Some of you have probably already done this, but I'm going to encourage you to do it again. I want to show you. We're going to this video is a couple minutes long. Watch this. And then we're going to take a break and go do the work. I'm going to encourage all of you to pull Gigi up on your screen and go use it and get your mind blown. Because you might have 4 teaching topics. Gigi might give you some ones that you never thought of. You might have a name you think, and she gives you a name like, that name is way cooler, right? And remember, she's going through a process, but if you're a little more advanced, you can go in and ask price and timing and shift it to a course. What if I made it a mastermind? It's so much fun. You guys ready to do the work? Raise your hand if we're ready to do the work. All right, let's have fun. Let's put smiles on our face. Let's make this an experience. Let this be the day we make that decision. The decision to go all in. I see you, Josephine. I see you, Adrian. What's going on, man? Kevin Jones, what's happening, man? Good to see you, Matthew. Jennifer rocking it out. Janelle rocking it. Mariana. Marianne. All right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to play this quick little Loom video. And then I'll be here as soon as we get back. And then we'll take a break and we'll go do the work. Let's play it.
Hey everyone, Allie here from the Mastermind team, and I'm so excited to walk through your irresistible product framework exercise together. This is not just going to be me and you or me and you and Dean. We're actually bringing Gigi, your AI assistant, into the mix, and so I want to show you how she can help you. But before we dive in, there are two essential things I'd love for you to have pulled up. One is going to be your World Summit Workbook. Now you can find that inside of your dashboard or by simply going to worldsummitworkbook.com. And you can download it from there. This is not only going to be giving you space to really implement or to follow along over these 3 days together, but it's also going to be providing you with the exact prompts that I'm going to show you in this example of how Gigi can help you in getting off the blank page for your irresistible offer. All right. The next thing that I want you to have pulled up is Gigi, of course, and you can find her inside of mastermind.com. So go ahead, get logged in, find Ask Gigi from the left-hand menu, and let's go ahead and get started. So I've located my Mastermind World Summit Workbook, and I'm working off of page number 7. This page is going to have all of the prompts that we need for this exercise. Now this first prompt right here is all about finding our ideal client. And my recommendation to you would be to highlight this prompt, copy it, and then paste it directly into mastermind.com. Inside of our Ask Gigi menu, we can go ahead and paste this here. And lastly, we'll want to make sure that we're updating this solution statement to our very own to help in customizing this prompt. So I've gone ahead and added mine in. The prompt now reads, "Hey Gigi, I have a way to help women lose that stubborn extra 20 pounds they've been wanting to get rid of for years. I'm trying to figure out my ideal client. Can you give me some ideas of who my ideal client might be?" Let's go ahead and press enter and see what she comes up with. All right away she's recommending age range, lifestyle, their health status, their exercise habits, their diet preference, goals, challenges, motivations, and she's really going into depth about each of those. Now, if you want to go back and forth with her to talk more about what pain points they might be going through in that age range or that health status, or if you want to learn more about that diet preference, go ahead and go back and forth with her. Let her coach you and walk you through this to really anchor in who your ideal client is going to be. Next, I'm going to continue with the second prompt from page number 7. This one's going to be all about our teaching points. So this prompt, after I filled it in, now reads, "Thank you, Gigi, and if the ultimate outcome of my product is to help women lose that last 20 pounds they need, what could be 6 topics in my product that could help them in getting there faster?" Let's go ahead and see what she comes up with. All right away she's recommending mindset and motivation, customized nutrition plans, effective exercise routines, stress management, hormonal balance, and sleep improvement. And again, we can use Gigi to go back and forth to dive further in to any of these teaching points that she's recommending. Let's go ahead and move on to our third prompt. This is going to help us in coming up with a name for our product. So let's say that I wanted to create a course. My next prompt is, "That's awesome, Gigi. And what could I name my product if I decided to turn this into a course?" So go ahead and submit this. And again, remember this prompt is going to be on page 7 of your workbook. Okay, and she's following up with 10 different potential names for us, like last 20 transformation, slim and strong, the final 20, 20 pounds lighter, finish line fit. I love that so much. And what's great about this, let me show you real quick. If we want to get specific and give Gigi some feedback about what we would like for our potential names, we can add that straight into the chat as well. I've added in here, hey, I would love my course title to be fun and have an inspirational tone, as well as being 4 words in total. I'll go ahead and fill that in and listen. This could be anything. This is totally up to you to help and customize further. But here she's coming up with shed pounds, gain joy, transform, thrive, energize today, healthy habits, healthy life, and so on, so on. So this is just to show you what Gigi can help you with. And of course, it's up to you to make yours and bring across the finish line. See you back in just a little bit. Thanks, team.
Hey, let's give it up for Allie. Allie's in the office today. She could see the chat. We should say thanks. She's always doing those incredible videos for us. Listen, here's what I want to share. First off, as I'm watching this, I'm like, wow, our next generation is going to be really lazy. They don't have to do any of the work. They got somebody that can think for them. I was just thinking that as a joke, but we have to watch that. But how cool is that? If I know the majority of you, I think 96%, the last one, have used or dabbled with Gigi. Amazing. Way more than I thought. If that 4% of you haven't, this is the time. Don't be resistant. This is like having the most incredible executive assistant who knows everything that Tony and I have done in this industry and can help you make it better, right? Now, listen. Can you do it the way I built every single course? Tony's built every single course up until last year. Of course. You can do the work and go through this on your own. But I'm going to suggest, and again, I have to say this, I know some of you have already done it, time to polish it. Make it even better. Explore names, explore pricing, explore ideal client, right? But here's what we're going to do. Let's take a 10-minute break and do what Allie just said. Let's go you play with Gigi. And as soon as you have stuff, if you get done sooner, I'll come back in 7 minutes if it takes 7. I just want to give you time to really do the work because we're here together. I don't take it lightly that you're committed to us. But in this seat, there is no better time to stretch yourself. Some of you could get up and go, I'll do it later. That's the results you're going to get. I'm going to encourage you. Stay in your seat. Leave your camera on. Do the work and play with this and explore. Say, what if I want to do 8 topics? Well, I don't like that topic number 2. What if I went deeper on that? Get the foundation, play with it, and then when you have something fun that you like, put it in the chat. I'm going to sit right here and watch it. We'll take a 10-minute break, come back sooner if you'd like, and let's get to work. And the next exercise we're doing after this is going to blow your mind. All right, I'll see you in 10. Welcome back. Welcome back. You guys are killing it. Look at Deborah said, Gigi's in my mind right now, making me cry, right? So cool. So you guys got some energy? Sit up straight. Let's not get, maybe it's just me. I only said that because I just grabbed the seat. Has anybody ever sat in front of a Zoom screen or work and not realized like over an hour, like I'll find myself and my chin is like 2 inches off the keyboard. So that's why I say sit up straight. Let's keep that energy going. Hey, who had some breakthroughs? Raise your hand if you had a breakthrough or polished what you already had. Right? This is the foundation for all of it. Listen, there is no easy way to impact wealth and abundance. But when we can have shortcuts, when we can start off on third base, when we can model proven practices, when we can take formats that have shifted everything, we could use someone like Gigi. It just allows us to have more opportunity to go faster. So excited to have you guys back. Let's do some hot seats. You guys had so many great questions come in. The team randomly picked some people. Let's jump right in it. Let's pick Janelle, Janela. See if we can bring Janelle up. There she is. Everybody give it up for Janelle. What's going on, Janelle?
Hi. Oh my gosh, seriously. I've been at hotels so much, I'm really quiet for the people around me.
Oh, it's all good. All good. Hey, pleasure to have you here. You've been playing full out. I get to see you. Just so you know, I can see hundreds of people at once, and the screens keep changing, and I can see the people that are bringing great energy, and you've had a great smile, playing full out. It's the best thing we can do to make this happen. So you had to share what you're going to be teaching.
I'm a hairdresser. I want to teach other hairdressers how to be confident in bridal hairstyling. So the question was, how do I teach this course when it's such a hands-on course?
Got it. So do you have let's talk through it. Let's talk through some of the, you know what, can we bring up that slide that we just worked on? Can we bring up the slide that we just worked on? And we'll go through some of these. So who is your ideal client? Obviously hairdressers, but hairdressers that specifically also do bridal?
Well, not a lot of hairdressers do bridal, so that are interested in.
Got it. That's great. See, great differentiator, right? Are you taking people who've already done it to make better, or are you helping transition new people into seeing that it's a great revenue model?
Yeah, very new that want to learn.
Okay, great. Next, bring that slide back up. The results, obviously you do well with this, right? That's why you
do very well.
Yeah, fantastic. The ultimate outcome of the product is to help probably, and I'm asking you, I don't mean to put words in it, but what's the ultimate outcome?
To give them confidence in just knowing I've done a course with Janelle and she's taught me the confident way to get there, not guessing.
Got it. I love it. And when you lay out your teaching topics, right, it's probably not just about the hair. It's probably also, and you tell me, I'm sorry, I just get excited about this stuff. I love building courses.
That's okay.
If anybody could tell, I love building this stuff, right? So here's what I'd say, and you're going to learn a lot of this tomorrow, and all of you are. I love the concept. My wife is a hairdresser. So this is easy to talk about because her and I have had so many of these conversations, right? There's also a way to approach people. Isn't that correct? Especially if you're doing bridal. You probably have to be a little bit more patient. You have to learn how to juggle some of the chaos going on, right? So would one of your teaching topics be how to act, how to influence, how to respond, and how to get their trust? Is that something like that?
Yeah, 100%, especially with bridal where the brides are already very nervous. They need your confidence.
Got it. So they get to borrow confidence. Oh, I guess that's what John 𝐻𝐿 had earlier today, right? It's always that. It's like borrowing someone's confidence. So tell me a couple of the teaching topics that you came up with.
So it's more the structure of like where to start and where to finish, and just to break it down, like dumb it down into like 5 easy steps. So, first secure your base and, just how to get there. And then the ultimate is just to make it frizz-free and take some nice photos and just keep the bride calm.
Gotcha.
I guess.
Love that. Do you have a name for it?
Bridal confidence, or bridal hair mastery, or the other one I came up with, don't overthink it.
Yeah, don't overthink it is a great thing, but it's too generic, right? You want to be more. So yeah. I like bridal mastery, or profiting from bridal care, or expand your business. Like you can come up with that. You can use GG, but I would be specific. Let the name be more industry specific. And if it's not completely, this is for everybody. If it's not completely industry specific, then have a sub headline of my wife owns a salon called Extension Bar. And it's called Premier Hair Extensions, right? The subtitle tells what it is, right? So, so remember, if you have something that's broad, just clean it up with a subheadline, right? Do you have a price, or no? Because probably not, because you don't know how you're going to deliver it yet. Okay, so your question was, how do I create an online course when they need such hands-on experience? So, I love this stuff. There's so many cool ways. Remember, if you look at this like an adventure, you're already doing okay. You're already paying your bills, right? You just know there's another level. So look at it as fun, and look at it. We're going to learn 2 terms tomorrow. One of them is marketing stamina, right? And what that means is have fun figuring out what the best flow would be for other hairdressers. Now, let me give you a couple examples. One could be you create a lead magnet, right? You're learning that by being inside the course. You create an ebook or a pamphlet or a brochure that you create for free. you give away for free on the 5 steps to expanding your profit through bridal styling, or make bridal styling fun and profitable. That's some words you should think about. How do you make it fun and profitable, right? Expand your portfolio, make more money. You could create something that you truly give away value. Don't hold anything back. Like, give some good value, not too long. 5 quick topics of the what? Like, it could be mindset around it, how to approach, how to get people to say yes, how to price it higher than anybody else, how to make a bride look confident and beautiful, right? You could give away those things, and at the end of the training, you could say, if you'd like the opportunity to work with me one-on-one, or like to work with me, and this is where you can have fun, you could say, I built a deeper immersive class, or I'm doing a Zoom workshop where I'm physically going to go through these steps. And the last step, I'm actually going to do a bride's hair live with you. Or you might like people in proximity. You might give away that front end thing and say, hey, I rented the salon that you work out. You rented it out on a Monday here in the States. Are you, I don't know. Are you in the United States or no?
I'm in Australia.
I figured as much, right? Here in the States, salons are all closed on Mondays. Right?
Yep.
You too, right? So you might rent a salon out, do your first one with just local people, and just knock it out of the park with local people, rent the salon on a Monday, and you could say, give away this free thing, flood your whole area with this free report, tell every person in this industry I'm giving away a free report, giving away, go on your social media, hit all your clients up and say whoever you have, and I would say, you give that first one away, and at the end it says, hey, I'm doing a live in-person workshop, and I'm going to cover these 5 topics in more detail. There's only space for 20 people. It's $500 a person or $100 a person, whatever you think. I promise you'll sell it out. And what that'll do, yeah, right? Success can take your breath away. Who feels that when it becomes real? Raise your hand when you feel it. Mario, I see you, right? Sometimes, somebody said it earlier today, right? I'm afraid of fear of success. Like, how could ever that be, right? We want it, and then it's like, oh my God, it's right in front of me. Holy shit. Uh-oh, right? So here's what I'd say. Take that uncomfortable action. Deliver value in advance. Hit up everybody you know in the space. Send them the free thing, and the call to action should be, hey, go sign up at this page, right? I only have room for 9 people, 19 people, whatever's comfortable. And then you could do those 5. You could say, here's how I approach. Here's how I price. Here's how I do this. And the end could be, hey, here's a bride. She's getting married tonight. I'm going to do her hair. Or you find a bride, or find somebody that she's getting married next week, and I'm doing a demonstration of what she's going to look like. And you could say, here's how I talk to a bride. Here's how I make a bride comfortable. Here's what I know. The reason I can talk about this a little more, my wife completely blew my mind. My wife was making $300,000 a year as a hairstylist. And I'm like, I Googled that the average hairstylist makes 40 grand a year, 38,000. I'm like, how? And she explained what extensions are and how they're expensive and all this stuff. But then she didn't even realize that she had competence that she was unaware of. And what her competence is, my wife loves women, and she loves them to look beautiful and feel confident. And when I watched my wife in a chair, she was talking to her clients different than the person next to her. My wife was boosting their confidence, not because she was trying to play them. She just loved it, and she approached them. But when she was done, she had an average ticket of $2,500, where the person next to us got a $100 haircut. Right? She was getting extensions, and they'd come back to her, and they'd invite her to their Christmas parties, invite her to their baby showers. I'm like, you have 6,000 friends, right? But my wife now has taught other girls, like, hey, be interesting. Don't gossip. You're there to serve. Lift them up. Help their spirits. Ask inquisitive questions. Get to know them. Care about them. Make them feel beautiful on the inside, not the outside. And everybody she shares, boom, they start making more money. So you could go from free report, sign up for a local, film it if you want, or just do your first one to get it. Now, here's another one I'm sharing with everybody. Raise your hand if you're getting something out of this, even though you don't do hair, right? You could also let everybody know that you're going to be filming it. You literally, if it's not your first one, you're going to have fun with your first one. Maybe you just do the first one, then sell out a second one. The second one, film it, and that becomes your course.
Wow. Okay.
All right?
Light bulb. Yeah.
And here's the cool part, right? You got the education. You got Gigi to help you with everything I just shared. You got a tool that replaces 12 other tools. You could build your course, hook up your merchant account. You can email these people. You could keep track of all these people. You can text these people. All of it's in the back. There is nothing missing, nothing you need to buy. The only thing that could be missing sometimes, what we talked about earlier, is the mentor to go, don't get in your head. Don't get afraid. Let's go do this. Here's the page, right? So that's the only thing you'll decide. Can I do it on my own or do I need more help? That's what you get to decide. But you have an amazing opportunity in front of you. You'd be doing a disservice to these other women and men to not do it. Go out and crush it. Can we all please give it up for Janelle?
Thank you. Thank you.
What is going on? Wasn't that fun? Wasn't that fun? Who got some good ideas? You go down on that music. Who got some good ideas for your product based on what I shared with her? Right? Okay, next we got Mr. Tom Hall. Can we bring up Tom Hall? There he is, Mr. Tom Hall. Give it up for Tom, for God's sakes. How you doing, Tom?
Like, it's good to be here.
Oh, good to have you, man. So tell me a little bit about you.
So I am a tattoo artist. I'm trying to create a course to help aspiring tattoo artists get into the industry by creating a good portfolio, introducing them to like how best to approach studios and everything along those lines.
Great. And what would, if you had one big question, I'm just going to jump in no matter what, but if you had a question, I'd love to answer that too.
Yeah. So one of my questions is, so I've been in the industry 5 years. Okay. The thing with tattooing at the minute is very hard to grow your social media presence. So I'm wondering if, I feel that's going to affect my credibility. So I'm just kind of wondering if there's things what I could be doing to help build that credibility, to help people think, yes, I would like to see the course by him.
Yeah, I love that. Great question. So one thing I want everybody to hear, please hear me on this. Don't ever get stuck with, I don't know if I could be successful. I don't have a big social media following. They can go together, of course, and that each one can feed off the other. But absolutely, there are some people who choose not to do social at all, and they're some of the most successful people in our industry. So just know, I just don't want anybody to think that that's a crutch if you don't have a big following or you don't want to build a following. But here's what I would say: a couple of things before we get into it, and I'm taking notes here. Okay, triple I. Okay. How cool is it? You've been doing this for 5 years. And I want to say,
honestly, amazing.
Yeah, so I want to say something. If right now you could go back and talk to you of day one, how valuable would that be?
Oh, that'd be so valuable. Like, there's so many things I could tell myself that could help build and get exactly where I was sooner.
Tell me a couple of things you would tell the person 5 years ago starting. Give me one or two things that you'd say, do not do this. You think this is the right thing? Don't do this. What would that be?
Oh, God. I think it'd probably be don't doubt myself. It's been the biggest thing. Like, I've constantly had my ability doubted by myself throughout everything what I've done. And I think by doing all these courses, I'm beginning to realize that, yes, I am good enough. I do have the experience. And I think it's something which happens to everyone, especially artists. We are the most self-critical people.
Yeah. So would you teach yourself how to have creative confidence?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that is one of the biggest things that will help boost, one, your creativity,
Yeah.
And two, just your self-esteem.
So as we do this, how valuable would that be if you came and you're like, hey, this is me. Yeah, I didn't have the beard 5 years ago or whatever, right? I didn't have this on my arm. I had a littler one, whatever it is. But I'm you in 5 years. Let me just tell you, you got to stop doubting yourself. And here's 3 things I discovered. Here's 3 things I discovered that can allow you to boost your creative confidence. You are enough. You know enough. You did imagine if you fired that person up, you of 5 years ago. Could you have been where you are today in 3 years instead of 5?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And that's
I
just
think
one.
I could have started this probably 10 years ago.
We're not. So remember these things. There's in everything I ever teach. I'm going to teach more of it tomorrow. There's always the art and the science of every business. That's the way I look at it. Yours is very particular, art and science, right? So you have 2 brains that you have to look through. You are a creative artist. You have to create beautiful art that's going to be on someone's skin for life. Like, that's a huge freaking responsibility, dude. I don't know if I could do it, right? So kudos to you, right? So you want to help somebody, helping the person starting on day 1 right now, going into this industry. You want to help them on the art side. This is how to be creative. This is how to trust yourself. This is how to paint. These are the colors you use. This is the brusher. This is the thing I use. Like, whatever your tools are called. I tried this one. It didn't work. This is the best one. Take your time. Do this. This is the treatment after so it sticks and all that kind of stuff. That's the art side, correct? So think about your training.
Yeah.
You want to train new people how to get faster, quicker to beautiful art. True?
Yeah. So it's mainly about getting them into the industry. So all basically the drawing skills beforehand. But all those tools are completely applicable, obviously, when you're going further down the line and you do actually get into the industry.
Right. So think of the bucket, and maybe this can apply to some of you. You think of the bucket in the art side. But now, over here, isn't there when I say science, what I mean is running a business. How do you charge?
Yes, absolutely.
How do you charge? How do you ask for the money? Most artists are petrified for asking what they deserve. I guarantee you could double. I guarantee you could double your prices today. You could double your prices if you knew how to communicate, right? If you knew how to ask for it. But you're probably a humble artist who does amazing work. That if someone didn't have money, you probably want to do it for free. I could tell your heart, brother. You could just feel it. Am I right?
Absolutely. Like, I just want to be working.
Yeah.
Like, as long as I'm doing the art, I'm not bothered about the money.
Yeah, I could feel that. All you amazing artists are the same. But you got to run a business because you don't get to provide for your family and your life. So picture all the things you want to teach in art. But then I would think about the other side. This is for everybody too, is all the things you want to create on the science side. Meaning, how do you ask for the money? How do you price yourself? How do you get referrals? How do you build a social media following starting from nothing? And I'll tell you that in a minute. Like, those are the things that you could separate. And here's what I tell you. Don't teach any of them you're not good at. If you didn't figure out social media yet, don't teach it. You're making money. You're here today and you don't have a big social media following. So what I'm sharing is you can condense years into months by you sharing the art and the prep and the science and how to run this like a business, get yes and get paid. Is that true?
Yeah, absolutely.
So how valuable is that? So don't underprice yourself. It is priceless. That's what I really want to say.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's something which we don't tend to learn in the industry is the whole business side of things. It's all about the art, what gets taught and passed down.
Yeah.
So that'd be a good thing to add on.
So definitely be teaching the other side too, so you can get people out of the game. It probably took you years to figure out. I guarantee you were uncomfortable asking for money for a long time when you could teach somebody how to do it through love, through passion, through their artistry. So now let me just share something real quick on the social media side. All of that can happen and success can happen. And you could be selling that whether you have 1 follower or 1,000 or 1,000,000, okay? But if you want to start modeling that, and we teach this, right, obviously in the training that you own, start posting intriguing posts, even if not extra people, that is completely specific for the new person starting. Not just how great your stuff is, because I'm sure it's absolutely fantastic. Yes, you want to post some stuff, the beautiful things that you've done. If you did a sleeve for somebody and it knocks your socks off, but start posting the things that are in the invisible. Hey, I love the art I have, but you still have to turn this into a business. Let me tell you how I price, right? You still have to turn this. You want to get good at writing? Yeah, everybody wants to do the art on the skin right away, but start with these drawings on paper first. Start posting intriguing stuff for your ideal client. The person on the number one thing, talk to that person every day. And don't worry, don't look up. Like, dig the ditch and not worry like, hey, I need new followers today. Don't even look at that, because if you do this, if you post intriguing content and then interact with them when they DM you, you're going to look up in a month, 3 months, or a year and go, holy crap, I have a following of the exact people I want to serve. Don't focus, am I at 1 million today? Just start serving, just like you do when you do art. Start serving this community of new people and watch how things change.
Yeah, that sounds good advice. Thank you. Like, I really appreciate it.
Hey, everybody, give it up for Tom.
Thank you.
What's up, David? Rocking it out. I see you, Jackie. All right. So we're going to go to lunch here in a little bit. But before we go to lunch, let's finish strong. Let's do a little working lunch, okay? And what I want to do is, first off, remember, as we do this product, as we lay out our 6 teaching topics, all of that can be adjusted and changed and altered. But what I'd love to do right now, as we go in, and I'm gonna play this Loom video here in a moment, is let's actually lay out your course, your workshop, your mastermind, right? Let's take it and ask the next question. This one I'm just going to go heavy on Gigi. Right now, of course, if you decide I'm not using Gigi, I'm anti-internet, whatever, or anti-AI, which I don't think we have anybody here, but if you are, you can do this work during lunch as well. But let's lay it out with a little more specifics, and I'm going to kind of pull back the curtain. We're going to do this exercise. Allie's got a 1-minute video. We'll do this 1-minute video, and then we'll talk about it a little bit, and then we're going to send you off to lunch. And during lunch, do the work. Because when we come back from lunch, we're going to show you how to take those 6 teaching topics and how to drill down and how to put the content underneath it. Does that make sense? So if your teaching topic is, if Tom's teaching topic was how to elegantly ask for the price you deserve, that's a teaching topic, right? What are all the things that have to go in it? You have to understand reading people's body language, understanding influence, sell through service, right? What are the things you're going to teach, the sub-headlines that are underneath that start filling in your content so you have the confidence to go, oh, I could talk about that, right? The whole goal is what I'm trying to do, and I hope I do my best. Am I going to be perfect? No, not for everybody, but I'm going to do my best. What I want to do is get to sticking points for you where you go, oh, I can do that. I can do that. Ooh, I'm not sure about that one. I want to find all the I'm not sure about that ones over the next 3 days between Tony and I, and get your arms uncrossed to go, well, God darn it, I could do it now, right? So that's why we're trying to hit on all these separate pieces to just keep the momentum moving forward, to dial in all the ingredients so you got no excuses. You got the map, you got the guide, you got the tools, and we want to keep mentoring you to make sure you do the work. So let's do this. Let's play this quick Loom video, and when it's done, I'll come back and then we'll head off into lunch and do some work.
Thanks, Dean, and hello again, everyone. Let's keep on building out our irresistible product using Gigi as our guide. From the World Summit Workbook, I've located page number 10, which is where we're going to find our prompt for this exercise. This is going to help us in laying out our entire product or program. So let's go ahead and copy this prompt here. And again, we're going to want to paste that directly into Mastermind. Now, my biggest recommendation here is that we don't start a new conversation, but rather we pick up in the same conversation that we left off with. Now, Gigi's great for a lot of reasons, but she has an impeccable memory. So she's actually going to be able to recall the information that we put in this chat earlier. So without further ado, let's go ahead and paste our prompt here, and we'll go ahead and fill in the outcome and the delivery method. After filling in these pieces, the prompt now reads for me, "Hey Gigi, you just gave me 6 topics that could really help my clients reach their ultimate outcome of my product, which is to help women lose that 20 pounds they need. I would love to turn this into a course. Can you help me to take these outcomes and format them into an organized and impactful course?" I'll go ahead and press submit here. Now this doesn't need to be a course, but it can be a coaching program, a mastermind group, whatever it is that you're looking to build. And you'll see in just seconds, she is outlining our different modules and the different lessons that we can cover inside of each of these. She recommends modules such as metabolism boosting strategies, accountability and support systems, as well as stress management techniques, and so many more. This makes it easier than ever because now it's fully structured for us. Back to you, Dean.
So Allie is so good at those videos, isn't she? She cares so much. She is a part of our client success department, and her whole job in this company is making sure you don't get stuck, that you keep moving forward, that we keep polishing all the different products and training that we give you. So that smile and that energy truly comes from a great place because she loves helping students become successful. So anytime you want to give her a shout in the chat, she's watching. So a couple of questions I saw come in. You want to keep the same conversation with Gigi because she remembers the questions you asked prior. So they're just keeping building. You don't want to start a new string. You want to just keep in the same one. Does that make sense? Right? And you can always go, the team is telling me, you can always go to your workbook. It has these questions, just like Ali said, plus the team is posting them in the chat. So here's what I'd love. Instead of teaching on this one, I would say, let's take a 20, 25-minute lunch break. I would say do not miss a second. Do not be late after lunch. We got, the next training is Pure Fire. And then we got Mr. Tony Robbins here in the studio with me. So we're gonna finish this second half of the day freaking strong. So you got the prompts, you got it in your workbook. We'll put it in the chat. Do the work at lunch, and then do me a favor. Post anything you want in the chat because we're gonna do more hot seats before Tony comes. I want to do a bunch more hot seats. You guys enjoy those 2 hot seats? Right? I want to pick some more people, so if you want to be on the hot seat, you can let us know. We'll just keep doing them because you're going to get your idea from other people. I promise you most of you have all the same questions. So go to a working lunch break, do the work. You got it in your workbook. It'll be in the chat. Put it in the chat so I could see it, and I'll see you in 20, 25 minutes.